just set you up. I should have set you up and turned you on. I realized that. Figure it out. Figure it all out. So, maybe posted some photos, or they'll come up soon, where I glued my boards, and then they warped. They were damp, I guess, and they started to warp. So I put them under my bike tire, my back bike tire. My bike weighs a lot. So I put it under there, flattened them out beautifully. Gorgeous, flat again. But I did a very stupid thing. So I glued my boards with the grass, right? Like that. Thinking I was like, oh, that's clever. And then it'll go in the corner and it'll be like there's grassy walls outside. Then, of course, I glued my inside paper on. And I glued it sideways to the grassy side. So this is the upside down. This is like the up and down, the horizontal or the vertical on this one. And when you turn it around, the grass is like that. So I made a mistake that I'm not correcting. So the grass has to intersect in the corner, which I think is fine. It's sort of, they're not exactly the same, but I think that kind of is gives a little illusion. I just have to now decide which way is up and which way is down on this. It sort of looks like it could go either way, but I think there are more flowers pointing upward, pointing in one direction than there are in the other. So that's what I'm trying to figure out now. Yeah, I think it's that way. I think it's that way. But then they don't do what I wanted them to do. So will I risk putting one upside down? You know, I don't think I'm going to. I think the focus is for the inside, and that just looks better inside. You may not be able to tell, but isn't that a lovely inside? So when I tip either of them the other way, it just doesn't look right. It just doesn't work for me. So now I'm going to glue these onto the bottom, and I'll do the same that I did with last time, in that I'm going to leave the bottom on papered until the end because it's white and I don't want it to get filthy. Whereas when there's more of a pattern or a color, you don't notice if you get some glue, if you make a little gluey mess. So I'm going to glue the floor, start gluing this frame together. I don't know how it's going to go. As you can see, it's super narrow. We'll give it a go. We'll give it a try. I think I'll do a similar thing that I did on the smaller one where I'll put a pole up the back corner. But it's not what I normally use is, or what I used on the last one was one of these. And I'm not going to be able to do that with this one because it's just too big to go into the corner. So I will probably use something thinner, like one of those, because they're about the same size. And that will help hinge my corner together. So, what else? I've started making a couch. It's not the best couch I've made. I've definitely made mistakes in it already, but I'm going to keep going and use it anyways, because I'm learning as I go, and that's it. That's all I can do, and I still might sell it, because it's still going to be adorable with lots of effort put into it. And look, wouldn't you love to have a couch like that in your house? Anyway, I think this is going to be like a sitting room with maybe lots of bookshelves. So that's something I'm still thinking about. All right, I'm going to try to glue this together. I'm not going to record that because I imagine it's going to take forever, and that I will make a real cock up of it as I do it. I don't want you to see that. You can see the end. All right. I am actually entirely baffled by how quick and easy I got that thing up. Like, I don't know. We'll see if it stays. That was too simple. I feel like I'm in for trouble. So there are some flaws in the little couch. The fabric isn't as tight as I would like it to be, and the edges are a bit rough. That's a bit rough. That's a bit rough. But I don't care because I think it's adorable. And if I had a couch like that, the bit rough parts wouldn't bother me in the least. It's so sweet. Okay. This is an experiment. I've sort of sanded my legs on an angle and set them up. I don't know if it's going to work or not, but I thought I'd give it a try. If it doesn't work, I'll just put straight legs on it. But what I might have to do is sand them a bit more once they're good and glued, and put some pads on the bottom of the feet, possibly. This one is the one that isn't as nice as the rest. So anyways, we'll see what happens. That sun is bright today. Oh, she's a bright one. Look at that. And bitter cold. Like -30 with the wind chill. It's ridiculous. Why I live in this place. Anyways, I just tucked the little couch up against that wall. I think it's going to be adorable. And I've got this one glued on. I don't have my ridge in the back yet. I'll do that after this is a little more stable. And I've got some of a bookcase built. So just need some trims on it and a bit of a sand. And the trim around here. And then, of course, I've got to put books in it. So that's that one. And I've painted up this cabinet because it's just not nice enough without some paint on it, I think, to put in the room. That's my thought there. So I don't know if that means I'll paint all the furniture, but that's what I'm doing right now. So I'm going to get on with it. So I put my head down to work, and I didn't look up until I had all this stuff done. I made a little book with empty pages in it, so you can write your dreams in it, whoever lives in this room. I finished the little shelf here, and I made a little plant and some books for that shelf. Painted this bookshelf and made books for that. Oh yes, and the little plant could possibly go up there. Haven't quite decided what I'm doing. I covered the table. The legs worked out great, and I put some pink on it to match some of the details in the room. I have to attach the bookcase yet to the wall, and of course I still have to paper the floor. I'm thinking I'll put a lamp back in that corner. I'm not sure what kind. In the back, the ridge pole that I put in the back, I didn't use the little thin dowel. I used a big straw like I did on the last one. I'll show you that tomorrow. Yeah, so I'm pretty content with how it's turning out, and I'm going to go to bed. Good night.